Bel Air Palms Tennis Center, where Harold, Spider Arthur, is warming up for the finals of the Aries Open, where he will face the hard-serving Russian sensation, Dmitry Korsakov. I'm Heather Bonham.
And I'm Dick Ramsey. We'll be calling the match for you live on the Cable Sports Network. Heather, as a former champion yourself and Spider Arthur's ex-wife, it's safe to say you know his game better than anyone.
I'm afraid so, Dick.
The bad boy reputation he's developed over the years, the ump-biting, the temper tantrums, the foul language, are those real or just an act to psych out his opponents?
Spider's just an overgrown child. Everything he thinks, wants, feels is right there on the surface. You can either learn to deal with it or get out of the way. It's what makes him such a great competitor.
Isn't he trying to improve his image, though? Just recently, he donated several $100,000 to make these courts available to neighborhood youth.
That's right, Dick. The Spider Arthur Tennis Park. It's a great project, although I think it was less his idea than that of his manager, Patricia Jackson.
Come on! Hit it! I'm trying to get a warm-up here. Call that a backhand? You can bank your 10% on the winner's check now, Patricia. I'm ready.
You're also a son of a bitch.
Who's made you rich?
And made me suffer for it every day.
I love you, too.
Are you all right, Andy?
Looking great, Spider. Strong. Don't you think you ought to see if he's hurt?
Is he your next charity case?
It's just common courtesy.
Look, old man, I don't need you to tell me how to live my life anymore. I don't need anything from you. You got that? Just leave me alone.
Spider. When you walk out on that porch, you better be wearing Aries.
Why?
Why? How about because this is called the Aries Open? How about because we're paying you $2 million a year to be our spokesman?
So sue me. I'm tired of being exploited. Why should Aries get rich off my name when I can have my own spiderware line and keep all the money for myself?
You signed the contract.
A manager signed the contract.
Talk to her.
You're all sweaty. I like that in a man.
What do you think you're doing?
Just thought you could use a little loosening up.
What I could use, Liza, some privacy. You know I need to be alone before a match.
Yeah, but what about after?
Don't cancel your manicure.
Look, I saw the way you're looking at that ball girl yesterday. I told you. You think you can cheat on me? You are gonna regret it.
The Spider.
Who are you? The Spider. Who are you?
The Spider. What are you gonna do?
Kill. What are you gonna do? Kill. What are you gonna do? Kill. 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 Kill!
Kill.
Burke's Law.
Mind if I turn on the TV? My old doubles partner, Spider Arthur, is playing at the finals of theirs.
Have a nice trip.
Very funny, Dad. Going somewhere?
No, Vinny is.
Hello, hey, listen, this is terrific. I won. That contest at Joe's Fish Market, I won. It's an all-expense-paid trip to Tonga. Ever been there?
Tonga? No, great, no.
Oh, it's wonderful. You'll love it. You know, it used to be a fishing village specializing in sardines, but a big swarm of killer sharks came.
And ate all the sardines.
You have been to Tonga. And oh, now it's a resort, of course. And they have a poo-poo bar that you can swim to, but you gotta be fast, you know. And they have miniature golf, which just happens to be my game.
It looks exotic, Vinny.
You're telling me there are 6 women for every man. If one guy dies... And Mutiny on the Bounty, you know the movie? They were supposed to film there, but they couldn't.
Because of the sharks.
Oh, you've both been to Tonga. That's so much. Excuse me. I brought back the other luggage. Can I borrow something that's a little more tropical?
Check the garage.
Thanks a lot. Aloha!
Aloha. What's wrong, Dad?
We have a murder to investigate.
Well, that is what we do.
But this time you know the victim. Your old doubles partner, Spider Arthur.
Won't you step into my parlor?
Said the spider to the fly.
What is it?
Your murder weapon.
A spider killed Spider? Someone has a sense of humor.
This baby's an Australian A-Trax. As aggressive as it is deadly.
Australian? It's a long way from home. How did it get here?
Good question. It's not native to Southern California. But take a look at this.
Wow, look at the size of that spider web.
Well, somebody put the spider into the shoebox.
It sure didn't get there by itself.
That makes it murder.
What do you mean I can't have his things? I'm his manager. I do everything for him.
I'm Chief Burke. Are we having some trouble here?
I am Patricia Jackson, Spider's manager, and I am not about to stop taking care of him just because he's dead.
I understand, Miss Jackson, but we need to collect some of his personal effects as evidence, if only for a short time. Why don't you sit down, please?
Look, if you'd like to be a help, you could start by answering a few questions.
I'll try.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted Spider dead?
How about everyone he ever met? Spider had 2 God-given talents, tennis and ticking people off.
Did anyone else have access to this room?
Nobody. Spider was very superstitious. He'd never let anyone in here before a match.
Yeah, I remember in high school, Spider had all these rituals he went through before a match. I mean, he'd fold his towels a certain way. He'd stow his tennis bag in a particular place.
You knew him?
Back when he was still Harold.
Dispatch got a call from Dale Montrose. He doesn't seem to be around.
Dale Montrose?
What?
We know him, too.
Well, actually, Spider's mother was Dale Montrose, live-in maid. And Spider lived in the house, too.
Spider didn't have a father. Or at least he never knew him.
And that's where Dale came in. He treated Spider like his own son. And when he saw his gift of tennis, he became his benefactor. He paid for the best equipment, the top coaches, everything. Where can I find Mr. Montrose now?
Home. He took it pretty hard.
Thank you. Now, you two finish up here, and I'll go see if I can have a talk with my old friend, Mr. Montrose.
I'm afraid Mr. Montrose is out sailing, sir.
Sailing? I didn't know he sailed.
Oh, yes, sir. Religiously, sir.
Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Amos, permission granted. Here, have a seat over here on port side.
Some boat.
You must wonder why she's not in the water.
The thought had occurred to me.
Well, when I was a boy, I used to go sailing with my father every weekend. It was a ritual. I just loved it when I wasn't hanging over the railing.
Seasickness.
Yes, that and my bad heart. I think the ocean's a rather dangerous place for me. Fortunately, I am rich enough to sail unconventionally. You're here about Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a heart attack at his age. Who would have thought?
It wasn't a heart attack, Dan. I'm afraid it was murder.
What? How?
By a poisonous spider. The Australian Atrax.
Oh, my God.
I was hoping you could help me figure out who did it.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen Spider in a long time. He had become such a superstar. He was always on the road. Now I'll never see him again.
I'm sorry.
You say he was bitten by an Atrax spider?
That's right.
Did your son, Peter, ever tell you how Spider got his nickname?
No.
When he was a boy, he used to collect them. His room was practically full of them. They were his pets.
I don't suppose he was still collecting them.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I believe he still had a couple of Atrax spiders left. You might want to check his house.
Spider like to keep strange pets.
And even stranger business deals.
Didn't Mr. Montrose say that Spider kept 2 Atrax spiders?
That's right.
Nobody's home.
Which means there's another deadly spider crawling around somewhere.
Yeah, I don't suppose if we're bit, there's an antidote, huh?
I don't know, but you should look into it.
Oh, don't worry, Dad. I will. I'll look into
Now,
it.
here's something else we should look into. A letter from Judd Timmons, a marketing rep for Aries Shoes.
Aries, Spider had a big endorsement deal with them, right?
Which apparently he was about to break. Timmons wasn't too happy about it. He says here, he was ready to take whatever action was necessary to keep Spider from breaking their contract.
I wonder if that includes murder.
If the shoe fits.
Quite a facility you have.
Research is the key to a successful tennis shoe.
I think we finally got it, Mr. Timmons.
Yeah, got it, finally. Hey, who's he?
He looks like a spy.
Try a cop.
Industrial espionage. You can't be too careful. The stakes in this business are unbelievable. It's a thing of beauty, guys. It's called the Aries 2000.
Yeah, you injected with helium?
For that lighter-than-air feel. Yeah.
Nothing is lighter than Aries. What do you think?
Oh, catchy, catchy.
Best of all, these puppies are going to sell for more than $300 a pair.
Yeah, a bargain.
Oh, we're giving them away.
Giving them.
Most expensive shoe on the market. Kids will kill to get their hands on these.
Let's hope not.
What size are you?
9.
Perfect. Pump them up. You can try it out.
How much do you weigh?
160.
By factoring in certain variables, the structurally integrated inflation system can be custom fitted.
To maximize the lift coefficient.
Maybe you guys should call it the Hindenburg.
Fix it.
From the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat. Seems like your relationship with Spider was about to explode, too. We found this letter in his house.
So? Spider was about to renege on his contract. He wanted to wear his own line of shoes instead of ours. I wasn't about to let that happen.
Is this a confession?
No. I just want you to understand how things were. You've got to understand that Spider and I go way back. Way before he was a superstar. I went out on a limb to get him his first endorsement deal. Nobody believed that this bad boy shtick would sell. Nobody but me.
Sounds like he made your career.
Sure he did. And I made him rich in the process. I may have come on a little strong with this letter, but I certainly didn't kill him. We were buddies. There was a time that we were inseparable. Fast cars, fast women. That's who you ought to be talking to.
Who's that?
Spider's last girlfriend, Liza Dean.
The singer?
The very jealous singer. She thought that he was cheating on her once, and she beat him up.
Yeah, beat him up, right. You're kidding.
Oh. He had to drop out of a tournament. His people said that it was a pulled hamstring. The fact was, Spider didn't want his fans to see him with 2 black eyes.
Guess I better see Liza Dean.
about time you got here.
I beg your pardon?
Aren't you from the agency?
We're from the police department.
We're here about the murder of Spider Arthur.
Wouldn't you like to help me with this shoot first? It's for my new album, Temptation.
You are Eve.
Without an Adam. He didn't show up. But your partner would be perfect. You wouldn't even have to be completely naked. Unless you wanted to.
Well,
Hannah, bring us a fig leaf.
Miss
Right
Dean,
away.
if you don't mind, I'd like you to answer some questions first. And whatever Adam does after that is entirely up to him.
That's some snake.
An interest in exotic pets are one of the things Spider and I have in common.
Including poisonous spiders.
My favorite's the Black Widow.
I heard that you blackened both the spider's eyes.
Spider gave as good as he got. Believe me. It's another thing we had in common. We like to play rough.
Spider hit you?
In a nice way.
Did you kill him?
Now, that wouldn't be very nice, would it?
You haven't answered my question.
No. I didn't kill him. I love Spider.
Eve loved Adam, and look what happened to him.
That was because of a snake, not a spider.
All right, Miss Dean. Until this investigation is over, don't leave Eden. Lily.
I dusted the A-track spider cage at the victim's house.
And?
Well, at first, all I found was Spider's prints.
Spider prints?
No, Spider's prints.
Right, there were two.
No, one. Spider's.
No, time. Did you find anything we could use or not?
As a matter of fact, I did. Another set of prints on the inside of the glass cage, way down near the bottom.
All right, I'll bite. Whose?
Spider's manager, Patricia Jackson.
No! More wrist! You want to put some top spin on it and footwork? Do not forget the footwork. Ah, that's it. That's it. Okay, now, pretend I'm the umpire. Tell me what you think of me.
How could you miss that call? What'd you do, leave your seeing eye dog at home?
Good, but try to have some more energy. Oh, sell it.
Make a decision, you spineless worm! Where's your regular job, at the post office? If you're gonna just sit up there and watch, buy a ticket!
Ah, great. You got it. Take 5. Then we'll get into working the crowd.
There's so much more to the game now than when my son played.
Hundreds of kids can play great tennis, Chief, but the ones who can do it with attitude, those are the ones who are going to get noticed.
Or murdered. We found your fingerprints in the case that Spider kept his A-track spiders in. Just inside, where you could reach in to take one out.
Or feed them.
Feed them.
When Spider was away, I also watered his plants, paid his bills, picked up his dry cleaning.
I thought you were his manager. You sound like his personal assistant.
That's what I tried to tell Spider, but he was so particular about everything. I was the only one he trusted to do things for him. And people think my job is glamorous. But with Spider, I was just a well-paid slave.
You resented him, didn't you?
I suppose I did.
Enough to kill him.
Sometimes. I would have to be a fool to kill my biggest moneymaker just because I feel unappreciated. Spider didn't appreciate anyone. And if you don't believe me, ask Heather Bonham.
Tennis star.
Former tennis star. Now she works on cable TV.
They were married, weren't they?
Briefly, but it wasn't what you'd call a love match. Heather blamed Spider for ending her tennis career. And considering what she's been doing since, I'm surprised she didn't kill him a long time ago.
Hello, I'm Heather Bonham. Welcome to sunny Southern California, where the excitement is building to fever pitch as we count down to the starting whistle of this intercollegiate championship between these two world-class teams at the top of their game.
That's right, Heather, and I am so excited. I can hardly stand it. Yeah!
You guessed it, sports fans. It's the 8th annual Cheerleader Championships.
I tell you, as a former competitor, it is going to be hard to resist running out there and doing the splits myself. Woo! Akiwawa!
That's great, Mary Lou. Just don't ask me to join you. Whew. Stay tuned, and we'll be back in a few minutes to bring you all the action.
We're clear.
Thank you.
Miss Bonham, Detective Burke, I'd like to talk to you about Spider.
Sure. We're not on for another 10 minutes. They're intercutting us with a celebrity tractor pull.
By the way, I'd like to say that I'm a big fan of yours. That 5-setter at Wimbledon was an all-time classic.
Thanks. Hard to believe I ended up here, huh?
No offense, but I was kind of thinking the same thing myself.
24-hour cable sports. They've got to put something on. I'm just happy to have a job.
What happened to all the money you made while you were playing tennis?
Spider spent most of it when we were married. The rest went to doctors and physical therapists after I injured my shoulder.
Did you blame Spider for ending your career?
Yes, for a while. See, Spider was never hurt a day in his life. So when I first got injured, he told me to keep going, play through the pain.
And that made it worse.
Did permanent damage. I haven't played competitively since. But it was my body, my life, and I've learned to take responsibility for it. Spider was just what he was, a force of nature. I can't blame him for that. And I certainly didn't kill him.
Any idea who did?
Well, if I were you, I'd try talking to that singer he was sleazing around with.
Liza Dean. We already have.
Did you know that she murdered her first husband?
What?
Well, that was the rumor anyway. He died soon after she found him fooling around with their personal assistant.
How?
He was bitten by a poisonous snake. Right this way.
Thank you. Miss Dean?
Come on in. I'm in here. So nice to see you again, Detective. Care to join me?
No, thank you. But I think it's time for you to come clean.
Why? Do you think I've been bad?
You tell me.
As often as possible.
Does that include sicking poisonous snakes on wayward husbands?
Can't believe that tired story's being dragged out again. Nothing was ever proven.
Well, your husband was killed by a poisonous snake, your boyfriend by a poisonous spider. You have to admit it's enough to make us curious.
I admit that I don't handle rejection well. But I didn't kill either of them.
So you're saying it's a coincidence?
Yes. Just like I happen to be naked every time you come to see me.
Just lucky, I guess.
You can be.
I don't think so, Liza. All your relationships seem to end up the same way. Fatally.
If that were the case, there'd be bodies stretched from New York to L.A. Look, I feel bad about Spider. If you expect me to get all weepy to prove that I'm innocent, then you might as well break out the handcuffs now and arrest me. I'm just not that kind of woman. Second thought, handcuffs sound pretty good.
You know, I just hope you're telling me the truth. Because I would hate for your next performance to be in front of a judge.
Did you get anywhere with Liza Dean?
It was a wash. You know, it feels like every direction we turn, we hit another brick wall.
You know what I always say?
You say a lot of things, Dad.
When you hit a brick wall, sleep on it.
Excellent advice. Good night.
Manuia!
Oh, let me guess. Tonga.
I'm the nosy. You're so good. You're sharp as a tack. I'm here to see Henry. He's going to teach me those native dances.
Henry?
And he's going to Tonga, so I figured it's the least I could do.
Is he a friend or is he a friend? Love this guy.
That's just a welcome dancer. One chief meets another.
Ooh, Amos, maybe you want to learn this because you being a chief and all.
I'll just watch.
Whoa!
Bend the knees, bend the knees.
Bend the knees. Hinga!
Wow, where'd the time go? I gotta get to bed. Good night, Dad.
Wait a minute. Wait. We're gonna have the flaming torches that we twirl. Amos.
with me.
Liza.
Funny how one of us always seems to have their clothes off. Are you all right, Seymour?
Seymour?
That's his name. He's perfectly harmless, but you scared him.
Oh, him. What about me? What are you doing here anyway, Liza?
I thought we could have some fun. Go to a club or something.
It is 1 o'clock in the morning.
You're right. We'll stay here.
No, we won't stay here. Look, do me a favor. Next time, call first.
What makes you think there will be a next time? I'm tempted not to tell you what I found out about Spider.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What about Spider?
Just that they're making a TV movie on his life. They called to interview me, for background. I said only if I get to play myself on screen.
Wait a second. Who are they?
These producers, they said that now that Spider is dead, his story is red hot.
Did they tell you who sold them the rights?
Patricia Jackson.
Spider's manager?
Spider's soon-to-be ex-manager. Patricia didn't tell you?
No, what?
He was getting ready to dump her.
Thank you. I'll be in touch, okay? Oh, Liza.
Yes?
You forgot Seymour.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What are you, out of your mind? That is the lowest, sickest, most I don't care how many units you can sell. You do not have permission to use Spider's name, and if you try to do it anyway, I will sue you.
How's business?
You wouldn't believe the offers I'm getting. It's like vultures circling. Some people will do anything to make a buck.
Like selling Spider's life story to television?
Well, that's different. Well, that's going to be done with taste. Rocky in tennis shorts, a triumph of the human spirit, rags to riches. How did you hear about the movie?
Oh, we hear a lot of things.
Like how Spider was in the process of dumping you as his manager.
Oh, Spider had been threatening to do that at least once a month for the past 5 years. It got to be a joke between us.
But this time it was serious.
What's your point?
We think that murdering Spider and selling his life story might have been your way of making a killing one last time.
You guys should sell your story to television. It's certainly wild enough. Okay. Spider was about to leave me, and I was angry. Why wouldn't I be? I made him. I took his talent and his temper, and I made a positive out of what everyone else saw as a negative.
And if you couldn't have him, you made sure no one else could.
No. Oh, believe it or not, I was relieved to be done with him. His arguing about money, his complaining about money was never enough. He was the greediest man I ever met.
Speaking of money, now that Spider's dead, what happens to his fortune?
I don't know. He didn't have a will. He also had a lot less money after he made out that check.
What check?
The check he wrote out last week to Del Montrose for $2 million.
$2 million? Why?
He told me it was none of my business.
I guess I better make it mine. I'd like to see Mr. Montrose.
Oui, Chief Burke. Monsieur Montrose is in Paris right now. Would you follow me, please?
Bonjour, Dale. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all, Amos. Come on in.
I love Paris in the spring.
Yeah, so do I. That's why I have it here all year. I've also got London, Vienna, Hong Kong, Amsterdam, all the great bicycling cities of the world. It's part of my morning ritual. I visit a new one every day.
That way you don't have to worry about jet lag.
Well, exercise is the important thing. My doctors have me on a very strict regimen on account of this bum ticker of mine.
Well, I hope this won't shock you too much. But I want you to tell me why Spider sent you that $2 million check.
Oh, that's easy. Go see for yourself. It's in the middle drawer of the desk. I should have torn that check up when he gave it to me. I'm never gonna cash it.
What's it for?
Oh, Spider had some crazy idea that he should pay me back for all the money I spent raising him. I didn't want his money. I didn't want anything. I could never make Spider understand that. He didn't owe me a thing.
Except his love.
No, I didn't even expect that. I would have welcomed it, sure, but unlike this check.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you talking to someone or you're on hold?
I'm on hold.
Good, because you owe me $1,216,000.
What? No, I'm not talking to you. All right, thanks a lot. I owe you $1,206,000?
16,000.
Whatever. What are you talking about?
The $2 million check that Spider wrote to Dale Montrose was to pay him back for the cost of raising him.
And you figure you invested, what, $1 million whatever in me?
Plus interest. But who's counting?
Are you feeling unappreciated, Dad?
Unappreciated? No. You gave me back the one thing that Dale Montrose never got.
Thank you. I just got off the phone with Highway Patrol. About 5 years ago, Spider rolled his Porsche out of Malibu Canyon Road. He was fine, but the passenger he was driving with wasn't so lucky. A young woman by the name of Ann Juster, dead at the scene.
Ann Juster? Doesn't seem to ring a bell.
Maybe this will. Ann Juster was engaged to marry Spider's tennis shoe company representative, Judd Timmons.
I'd say we've got the ball in our court.
I think you're gonna like these.
Good.
Tell you what, you try these out for a few sets and see how they feel. If you like them, we'll talk about a contract.
Thanks, Judd.
All right. Detective.
Got a minute?
What can I do for you?
You can tell me the truth. Did you kill Spider?
I already told you the truth. No.
What you didn't tell me is that you had another motive. Spider killed your fiancée.
Ah. Yeah, he was supposed to be my friend. So what was he doing driving around at 2 a.m. drunk with my fiancée?
He was never prosecuted.
No, he wasn't. And I don't know who was pulling what strings, but Spider walked away with only a slap on his wrist.
So you convicted him and performed the execution?
No. No, actually, I didn't. But sometimes I wish I had. Fact is that I was greedy. Spider was making me rich, and there was nothing that I could do that would bring Ann back.
And you didn't want to lose your business, too?
You know the funny thing? Spider lost the love of his life, too, in a different way.
How's that?
His ex-wife, Heather Bonham. The media said that he dumped her, but the fact was that she dumped him.
So it was Heather who filed for divorce?
Yeah, in the end, she hated him. She couldn't stand to be in the same room with him, which is why it's so ironic.
What?
She's the one who gets everything. That she's the sole beneficiary of his estate. Excuse me.
Miss Bonham.
Wrecking ball or dynamite?
Excuse me?
I'm trying to figure out how to demolish this place. I love the view, but if there's any trace of Spider, I won't be able to enjoy it.
It must be nice to get rid of a man you obviously hate and inherit his fortune at the same time.
Not get rid of. Be rid of. There's a difference.
Meaning you didn't kill him?
That's right.
I'm sorry, Miss Bonham. You are the sole beneficiary of a $7 million estate. It would take more than your word to dismiss you as a suspect.
How about a written excuse from my doctor? I'm arachnophobic.
You have a fear of spiders?
Not just a fear. An irrational fear. Even if I had wanted to kill him, I couldn't have done it with a spider.
$7 million to get rid of a whole lot of fears, including arachnophobia. Losing a friend is always hard.
Not being able to catch his killer makes it even worse, Dad. I just got off the phone with Heather Bonham's doctor. He confirmed that she has arachnophobia, only that she developed it a few months ago.
Meaning, she pretended to be arachnophobic, knowing that she'd need an alibi?
Right, so we still have to consider her a suspect.
Peter, this is it. Here today, gone to Tonga.
Hey, Vinny, you have a great time, okay? You deserve it.
Tell him I'd take him to the airport if that's okay.
Of course it's all right, Henry.
I told Henry he could come with me, but he says he's too busy, that you need him. I told him he could dance his way into the hearts of all those Tonganuans.
You'll be all right without me.
Oh, it's a great idea, Henry. Why don't you go?
I'd love to. But we have that thing tomorrow.
Thing?
That police thing. Happens only once a year. I have to be here for it. For you.
That thing? Oh, yes, of course. I depend on you for it. You must stay with me.
Thank you, Chief. I'm sorry, Vinny.
That's all right. It's just me, myself, and I. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Have a good flight, Vinny.
It's easy for you to say. I gotta get on the plane.
I didn't know you were afraid of flying, Vinny.
Flying? No. Crashing.
Well, not to worry, Vinny. There's a Burke family ritual which guarantees a safe journey.
Really? That's great. What is it?
Ritual. Well, that's it.
What do you got, Dad?
The solution to Spider Arthur's murder.
Amos, I'm still alive. The ritual. What about the ritual? What is it?
Flight insurance. Once you buy it, you'll never need it. You and I, Peter, we've got another family ritual to perform. Arresting a murderer.
One of Spider's dreams was to open a tennis center for the underprivileged. And even though Spider has been taken from us, I'm happy to say that his dream is not, and so it gives me great pleasure to dedicate the Harold Spider Arthur Memorial Tennis Courts.
And I'm afraid it doesn't give me any pleasure to have to arrest one of you for Spider's murder. You should be ashamed of yourself, Miss Jackson.
I didn't kill Spider.
I didn't say you did. I'm talking about what you're doing to your protege, Andy. You shouldn't practice attitude. Sports are contests of skill, not temper. Be expecting a visit from the police, Mr. Timmons.
Why? What did I do?
Nothing. But the police want to reopen the file on the accident that killed your fiancée. It won't bring her back, but it seems only fair that her family should get some sort of settlement from Spider's estate. You must feel very guilty, Dale.
What are you talking about?
A $2 million check. I spoke with the bank. They told me you taped Spider's check back together and tried to cash it.
If I hadn't gotten it, someone else would have.
That's right. His ex-wife, Heather Monham. But you're not going to need money where you're going, Heather.
What?
Well, I heard that CBS has offered you a bundle just to join the sports team. No more cheerleading competitions. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Aren't you going to accuse me?
Oh, I was going to until I convinced myself you've done nothing illegal. Not between consenting adults, anyway.
But wait a minute. That's everyone. I thought you said one of us was the killer.
Oh, what a tangled web we weaved when first we practiced to deceive. You know perfectly well who killed Spider. You did.
Nonsense.
Well, that's what I thought at first. But something has bothered me about this case from the start. The margin of error. The Spider's pregame ritual was private. No one knew exactly what it was. If that was true, then how could the killer be sure Spider would open the shoebox holding the deadly Spider?
How would I know?
That's just the point. You're a man of rituals, Dale. Your boat, your daily bicycling. You obviously passed some of those rituals down to Spider.
Even if I had, doesn't prove I killed him.
You're right. It was enough to get me thinking, though. A bite from the deadly 8-track Spider causes cardiac arrest. Hardly a risk a man with a heart condition would want to take.
So a check of your phone records show that during the month preceding Spider's death, you made 11 phone calls to pharmaceutical houses across the country that specialize in poisonous venom antidotes.
But there isn't one for the 8-tracks, is there, Dale? But you took the chance anyway. Why? He was like your son.
I brought Spider into my home. I taught him not only how to play tennis, but how to play the game of life with honesty and integrity. Integrity? He didn't know the meaning of the word.
That's why you killed him?
I don't expect you to understand, but yes. Last month, I found out that Spider had no intention of funding this tennis complex. It was all a publicity scam. He just wanted to sell more shirts, more shoes. When I confronted him, he just laughed. He said he was tired of having me consider him as a son. I said, as far as I was concerned, he was my son. No, he said, I was just a boarder in your home, nothing more. Then he wrote me out that check and threw it in my face. I loved that boy. I thought he loved me. But it was just a lie. Then I took a look around, and I saw that I was not the only one. Spider was hurting everyone he touched. And he was going to go on hurting them until
someone stopped him.
I thought I'd raised his son. What I'd raised was a monster. The monster had to be destroyed.
I'm sorry to say, Dale, he destroyed you too. Game, set, match.
Bill, advertising. Come on, Bill. You know, why doesn't anyone write me letters anymore?
Well, to get letters, you have to write letters.
Well, I do write letters.
Yeah? When was the last time you dropped someone a note just to say hello?
I don't know,
Peter wrote me a letter once.
You see? Thank you, Henry.
When?
Summer camp, 12 years old.
Eh?
Well, I wonder why we at least haven't got a postcard from Vinny or something.
Because, Peter, I was very busy. Excuse me for barging in, but one weary traveler is coming home.
Have a nice trip?
Oh, wonderful. But
what?
Well, you know that dance that you taught me to do, where the two chiefs dance together?
It's forever etched in my memory.
Mine too, believe you me.
Why, something go wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. Maybe just a little unexpected. The chief loved it.
Great.
Because he thought that I was proposing to his daughter. Tandaleo. Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet my fiancée, Tandaleo Monacanua.
Oh.